G'day folks, Stuart here from Universal Rocks, and I'm going to have some fun in the next half an hour to an hour showing you how simple it is to put together a small pond kit and a new product, which is this tree here. So I'm going to show you how this cedar tree is going to cover this ugly pole. So you've got an area that you're wanting to landscape and make a feature. So you do a little bit of a put and look. So you put the pond and the waterfall down, step back, see it's in the right location. By stepping back, having a look at it, you can then just try and just feel, don't think, just feel. Typically you are thinking, where are you going to enjoy this feature? If your barbecue setting is close by and there's a table and chairs, or your kitchen window is here and you're looking out your kitchen window, or it might be your bedroom and you're looking out. So all of those things are in your mind before you even start to lay a finger on the job, okay? When you've decided that, you're choosing the size of the items and you're choosing what sort of theme it's going to be, and off you go, you're running. I've got this great cedar tree that I took a mold of not long ago. What is really cool about this is it's open at the back, okay, and that way I can wrap it easily around this pole. It is made in such a way that if you just buy one of them, it actually can fold in half. This will blow your mind. And the reason I show you that is because shipping makes things so expensive, and all of us people in manufacturing are always fighting that to make things that can fit into a smaller package to ship for less money. I'm a little tall, so I've got to dig out a little bit more. And if you like, you can fold this back and you could staple or screw this and do a little bit of seaming work on that side. But in this case, no one's going to see it, so there's no need to do that. So I'm just going to put it here, remembering my electrical is here, so I've got to get to that later on. I could secure that up the top, which is probably a good idea. It's fine. It's sort of wrapping around the pole anyway, but I could do that. So the first thing is you grab your pond. Typically, a pond out of the ground looks a lot bigger than when it's in the ground. So if you think you're not sure whether that's going to be big enough, you'll see when it's in the ground it looks smaller than what it does out. So this is not an upsell by the way, get the next size up a little bit bigger because it will be the right size when it's in the ground. And I've got this great waterfall that I've had for many years. I've already got the pump, the tubing attached to it. And it's just going to tuck in like that. A rock's going to cover the equipment, and then we'll do some landscaping around it. This hole, all you're digging is the size of the back. You're not digging the outside here. So if you feel you can get on the end of a shovel and you don't have rock in your yard, and you can get on the end of a shovel and dig that hole, and you can lift a pond that weighs 20 odd pounds, okay, this item is going to be really easy for you. Okay, so I've just dug the hole to suit this pond here. I've been digging in mulch. This is our display area so we can show how easy things can be done, but we actually have mulch in here, not soil. I didn't want getting wet, I wanted it draining, and I just wanted it easier just for demonstration reasons. But at home, you're gonna have soil, and then you're gonna put mulch of this sort or many other different types of materials that are available to go on top. The mulch helps keep the moisture in for your plants and also keeps the weeds from growing. So we're going to put the sand in the bottom. The reason you want to put the sand in, this is the weakest part of the whole product, because you're going to hop in there, you might jump in there to clean it out or whatnot, and there's a chance you could crack the foam. The outside material is flexible. The foam is not so flexible, so if you jump in there and you don't have that supported well, and that's all undulated, so the sand fills those gaps, and that'll be supported. So when you step in there first time, you go, yep, that's good, or it's not good, lift it back up, you put a bit more sand until you get it right, so when you step in there, there's no movement. Okay, so the hole's dug. It's now time to put some sand in the bottom. I'm gonna step on the sand, squash it down, compact it a little bit. The sand's gonna fill in all the nooks and crannies here, so when I hop into this to test it, it shouldn't be spongy, it shouldn't feel too much movement. If that's the case, then I've done it right. If that's not the case, then we lift it back and we tip a bit more sand in there. Little pond like this, you only need 1 inch or 2 of sand. We nestle it around until it does feel right. Then we're ready to put the rest of the soil, the mulch around the back of it and underneath it and around it, and then we'll put the waterfall on top. Feels right. So the next thing you want to consider is the levelness too. So I think this needs to go down a little bit. So then you just nestle that, pushing it back and forth makes the sand fill the gaps, and move a little bit into what you need. Still feels good. So cord's going to go into the plug around in the tree there. The good thing about our products is you can actually easily move it. You never really know how well it's level until you run it, and that way if you need to prop it up and adjust it a little bit while it's running, that's easy to do. This rock here is our pump cover rock. It's our medium one actually, and it's got weighted rocks in it to make it sink, and it can just get tucked in here underneath there to hide the equipment. I'm going to fill it up before I do any more landscaping. That way if I need to do any adjusting, I'm not sort of redoing all my landscaping. And the waterfall here is so light and easy to make adjustments, so I can do that in a minute. But it's time now to fill it up, make any adjustments. I can hear the pump, so I haven't got quite enough water yet. That's fine. So when I'm landscaping this, I always love to use river stones. River stones gather around streams and creeks and ponds, so it just makes sense to have pockets of river stones around the plants and the other bigger boulders. They also help, like look at this for example. Okay, I want it to flow just a little bit more over to the side. I don't think I need to raise it anymore by just adding to the pebbles that are going to be around here. You just add a few pebbles over here, and now it starts to dam up and form the look that we're after. And don't be afraid to just throw a few more here and there, and that'll make sense when we landscape the rest of this. Okay, what do you think, guys? So, it took me probably a little bit more than 30 minutes to do this, but I think if you budgeted for a half a day, going to the garden centre, getting yourself some plants, some pebbles, some mulch, whatnot, I think it would be a great little Saturday morning project or Sunday morning project, and 4 hours later you're going to have this in your little feature backyard area, and I think you'll love it. So one of the lines I've been using for many, many years is a good looking rock looks good. And I think those rocks in that pond look great. Another thing to add to that is water, running water. Rocks, running water look even better. So we've got that element. And then one more element is plants. Rocks, water, plants, that looks magic. And then I just finished off with the last one, and that is lights. So when it's nighttime, it will look just stunning with those little lights down the bottom, that bit of sound, trickling of sound, the reflections with the light, it will be magic. And that, all in all, is a very easy project to take on. So this is our rugged rapid kit, and the pond on the bottom there is just a little over 3 feet long. So the whole area you want to find to make that, you need at least say 5 feet by 5 feet, okay? And it comes with the pump, with the tubing, with the waterfall, with the pond, free shipping, go get it.